Hi, this is Sue's 11 Tarot, and I want this to be called the Power Wish. Okay, and I'll tell you why. I was doing pick a card reading, and as I was doing pick a card reading, okay, this came up in the pick a card reading, okay, and this came up in the pick a card reading. Okay, so I finished those readings, and the last one I had to kind of cut off because I had a little pauses I had to take with my little Twinkie here. and okay, so yes, and so that card came out and this card came out. So I'm going to read about that because for me, okay, so I asked Spirit, okay, so what should I do next? Okay. Okay, so then these came up. Taurus, Cancer, and the 11th house, which is the edge, right? The leading edge energy, moving that forward. Okay. So it's like new creations and new hope and new expansion and new visualization. Okay. So, all right. So, yeah. So let's dive in and see what's going on. Okay. I got to set that there. Okay. All right. Now, so, and the thing is, okay, in one of the cards, it had all these wish cards. Okay, so it was like the energy was showing me like wishes circling around and around each human, right? Each person circling around and around all these wishes and desires, okay? And they're out in the ethers and they're ready to be manifest, but, because of the certain energies with family dynamics or love relationships or business, that there wasn't the opening or okay, excuse me, hold on. Okay, so depending on the where the energy is, the delivery comes at your level of. Okay, so there can be degrees of distortion, okay, in a segment of experience. Okay, so if you're clear, you can receive the full version of that. Okay, but if there's things going on and, oh, okay, hold on. They're reminding me the wishes will be delivered, okay, but then there can be different degrees according to where your energy is or what the situation is in your physical reality. But the wish is always delivered, but it may be at a different point in a timeline. Okay, now, so rest assured and rest on that, okay, and trust it. Okay, and know that what you've asked for has been heard. Okay. Okay, so we're trying to find a nice, like, they're showing me like Libran energy, a nice balance or alignment, right? Between that kind of pushing forward bull energy and aligning the more compassionate feeling energy, moving our emotions and finding a nice in between point, okay, as we're pushing forward, okay. I want to read this first. Touch the sky. I want to touch back on that. Okay, so. Okay, what did I do with the little book? Well. Okay, so if it disappeared, that means that that is not the focus. Okay, so All right, so let's first... Okay, just trust it. All right. Okay. So we got intimate and falcon. Okay. And then we have, what is this? Eccentric. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Because I kept seeing motorcycles with a rider, like on a motorcycle. Okay. All right. So let's see. And then this. Oh, these came out again. Okay. And midwife. Okay, hold on. Now with this today, I'm getting self-care again. Finding those moments to take time and give yourself self-care, and that is going to give the energy to also be intimate with self and others. Okay, now what was this? Okay, let me look up this. Okay, let's see. Duende. Duende. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, the Duende is nearby, a pregnant and overwhelming power that is life, fate, and the consummation of risk and knowledge. It is not a mere concept, but a very real presence. Made visible, it is huge, potent, patient, less tolerant than anything the human will can grasp. It is a bittersweet bliss that will infiltrate the bloodstream like a toxin. It is life loved and lived with the greatest of passions. But if that love is lost, the duende leaves us with an inconsolable grief. Okay, okay, give me a minute. Oh, wow, okay. You know, that's interesting. This thing came up in another card. And also this morning, I was focused on that. Someone gave this to me once when I was in New Orleans, and I kept it. It's a necklace. So maybe it's like, where are we streaming to? If we are here, where are we streaming to? What is the more powerful energy? Okay. All right. So, interesting. Okay. So, what I'm getting with this is release is so important. Okay. So, whatever it is, if it's fear, if it's past, okay, hurts, things, betrayals, all those things, we have to come to a point where we release that, because that's how diseases can become less. That's how we can raise ourselves and move into our bright future. Okay, it takes a forgiving and releasing. Okay. And okay, and then the feeling is, according to this Archeo guy, is that if it's not released, then we kind of keep moving in that, that bittersweetness, right? Okay. But then as we're streaming, okay, if we're here and then we're streaming and then we kind of have one pointed focus with our full energy instead of splitting it with duality, okay, then we are in our full power. Okay. If we spend less time, okay, pushing people around, perhaps, if that's shadow that we're talking about, okay, with this card, okay, then maybe we would have more energy to stream towards our wishes and our dreams, or pull it in, because what I saw before was wishes circling around and they were right there ready to be pulled into, into the physical reality. Okay, so, okay. Well, I didn't think it was going to go in this direction. Okay, surprise. Okay. All right, now, so let's take a look at this eccentric, right? Okay, let's see. And this is from this deck. I've had it, I just never used it. So I felt the need to pull it out yesterday or day before yesterday. So let's see. The eccentric. Okay, so as I'm trying to look for this, I've got the feeling message. Okay, so if we have money, we're eccentric, okay, is past collective ideas. And then if you don't have money and you do these odd things, then you are crazy, was one school of thought, okay, in the past. Okay, so these are the kind of thoughts, okay, we might revisit. Okay, are they serving us for the future, right? And kind of purging and releasing, right? Those things. Okay. All right, so eccentric. The eccentric reminds you that you have every right to be whomever you choose. Yes, that feels good. From silent introvert to gregarious extrovert. Right, because on social media, so many people have been kind of pushed around, right? Okay. And so and every human has a right to be how they want, how to express, right? But as a collective, then that gets in the mix, right? Okay, and then it turns into right and wrong, and then that turns into duality, and then we're teeter-tottering. Okay, that was past. Okay, so taking a look at that, how are we using our power? Okay, are we using it? Okay, so, and okay, so for example, here's an example of my my experience. Okay, so I have like these people who post on my thing, and then they put like porn links and whatnot. Okay, and I do not prefer that because there could be people with addictions that might tune into my channel, but I just allow it because maybe they have this kind of pent up fire energy that they need to put somewhere, so I just allow it, and then if it shows up, I just release it and send it love, and so maybe that is something about these kind of pushy people on social media. Okay, maybe they have their own energy, pent up energy that they haven't been channeling the way they would like. So, and it's a form of attention that they feel like they need. Okay, so maybe finding compassion in that, right? The Cancer energy. Okay, so maybe in those times finding that. Um, but then we have to make our choice, in each moment, okay, as we're moving through. Sometimes it's better just to say something, right, than to hold that in and let that brew up, right, for certain signs. Okay. So these are the things that we're looking into, right? Where are we putting our chi energy? Okay. Unrestricted by convention, the eccentric behaves and dresses in whatever way strikes his fancy. Yes, I do that. He is an individual who marches to the sound of his own drum. Okay, the sanest of madmen. He cannot be co opted into seeing and thinking as others do. His individuality is not contrived. Right. So, just becoming more open, I think, to the energies that are presenting themselves in your experience. Excuse me. He's invigorated by experiences that are unavailable to those who require repetition and the comfort of pack. He's a risk taker, emotionally and physically, and he expresses himself through his quirky endeavors. The eccentric's filters have long gone, and he doesn't get no filter, right? And he doesn't give a damn anymore, leading by example in whichever direction his curiosity takes him. He doesn't break rules for the sake of it, they are of no interest to him. He is above all the disciple of irreverent and a creature of whim. Long ago, he stopped believing the garbage that's crammed down our throats in childhood, telling us that we must conform and that our imaginations are inappropriate. Yes, that's nice. I kind of like that. But I have Aquarius rising, Aquarius moon, so I can see the other side of that too, where that could be perhaps that eccentricity can turn into falling into cause and effect that was unwanted. Okay, so yes. Okay, being eccentric is one thing, or disruptor, or a leading edge leader, right? But are we looking at cause and effect, is what I just picked up. Okay, because as we're moving along, and if we're being careless, then if that eccentricity turns into carelessness, then that could be suffering for many. Yes, and also interpret pain, right? Okay. So let's think about those things as we're moving forward. Okay, now I want to tap into more of that power. Okay, because I feel like these past energies, in the most recent past, have been some challenging energy. So let's try to read about getting back in our power. Okay, and also I picked up in the pick a card reading, visualization is very important. Okay, so because the wishes were already granted is what I picked up, okay? And they're kind of swirling around, but it's like aligning with it, okay? Are we releasing, forgiving, amending, all the betrayals, the pain, the suffering? Are we releasing all that, or are we keep holding on to it, okay, by revisiting it in our minds? Okay. So let's look into Taurus. Taurus power wishes. Create an abundant flow of money with the new moon. Release the poor mindset with the full moon. Okay, so revisiting money, right? Are we comfortable with the idea of money and spending it and releasing it? Are we holding unhealthy thoughts about money from our childhood? Okay, so those are some of the things. Can we create a more stable and abundant future and have prosperous, have big gains in our financial sector? Yes, we can. And how do we do that? By creating healthy attitudes towards money. Okay. Money is the value we give it, right? Okay, so also keep that in mind. Okay, it says, of all zodiac signs, Taurus and Scorpio are the two big ones for finances. Okay, both of them strongly attract money or possessions and have the power to anchor and stabilize that flow once it's created. Okay. Anchor it, right? Putting the anchor down, anchoring it. Okay. So yeah, because I was noticing this past week that Cancer was pulling in Scorpio energy. And so that makes more sense. Okay. So Cancer perhaps is wanting to become more stabilized. Okay, so because Cancer might take bigger risks and maybe would like to shore up that energy within the self, so it's not feeling like such a big gamble is what I picked up. Okay. Okay, so building that strong foundation, right? That's what Scorpios do. They put that first. And a lot of times before love and Taurus can do that too. Interesting. Okay. But of course, we're clear vessels, right? These things are written, okay, but we can receive things that will help us grow and throw out the rest, right? We could throw it all out, okay? It's up to us. Each individual decides. We are a clear vessel, but sometimes we have to take a look at energies so we know how to visualize our future. Okay, because when we get to that future point and we're just kind of trucking along here, and don't have a pure focus, then all kinds of things can pop up that maybe we didn't want, right? Okay. Taurus power wishes are very effective. This is because the Taurus new moon is immediately preceded or followed by Scorpio full moon, and the Taurus full moon is immediately preceded or followed by the Scorpio new moon. Of all the zodiac signs, Taurus and Scorpio are two big ones for finances. Okay, so yeah, we can harness any of these energies, right? So the first step is to express your core skills and qualities. I think we've all done that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here's the thing. What is your power wish? Okay. Now that we've revisited the money thing within ourselves, each individual, okay, what is our new power wish?